Yeah. What's up, chosen ones? How we doing today? How's it going? It's like 99 degrees in Nueva York, bruh. It is hot. But I'm staying inside, and I'm like hanging out right next to the air conditioner. For surezies, somebody tried to do black magic on me last night. It did not work because I'm a warrior, and I think it's funny. I think it's funny. But I had just like the strangest feeling waking up, and nightmare after nightmare, and then like I was like fighting this like monster, and I won, and it was awesome. I'm glad that whoever thought they could take my energy and make me feel less powerful thinks that they can do that, because it's only going to come back onto them. And yeah, dealing with a little bit of like migraine as well, so, and that's been happening since Sunday, so I know for surezies, somebody is trying to against me, which is awesome. So I actually have the most perfect message. Yeah, it's called Obstinate. Okay, so the title of the word is Obstinate until the plate be ate. So obstinate refers to, oh my gosh, my neighbor's kids are like running around like hooligans or something. I don't know. I think she feeds her kids only crack, because all they do is run around and move furniture at like 3 a.m. That's all they do. I think they're all on crack. We are in the Bronx after all. I'm refraining from literally getting the broom and just like, I swear having her kids above me is the best birth control ever for me to like never want to have kids, because of like how annoying her kids are, just running around, or how annoying she is. But we gotta love our neighbors, you know, we gotta. Who moves furniture at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m.? I don't know. My crazy neighbors, they're literally crazy. They're literally insane. Like, who moves furniture at 2 a.m.? But it's fine. I'm gonna have a mansion very soon, looking out at the ocean view, and I won't ever have to deal with crazy peeps ever again in terms of apartment living. And I'm also really excited. I'm manifesting getting a vacuum, getting a dishwasher, and getting a washer and dryer, like all in unit. Those are like, that's, I don't care what else happens. Like, those are the 3 things I want, because I've been using a broom instead of a vacuum, and I've been hand washing laundry and hand washing dishes for 3 years living in New York. So I am humbled. I'm humbled, God. What more do you want from me? But for real. I woke up and was like, holy that was just a dream. Like, it was like such an intense nightmare, bro. But I won. I fought the monster, and in the dream, I prayed to God to help me kill the monster. It was a man who was a doctor, and I had a dream that my family led me to my own death. So I don't know if I'm gonna fly back to the West Coast, because that might have been a warning. And right as I was trying to say that, like, my throat closed up. So I think there might be some nefarious plans. Like, I don't know. I don't think that dream was I don't think it was a coincidence. I don't know if I can trust anyone, bro. So basically, obstinate until the plate be ate. What does that mean? Obstinate refers to stubbornness. It refers to being kind of headstrong and determined, and kind of like not budging once you put your feet down. And that one phrase, standing 10 toes down. So it's like obstinate, like kind of like an obstinate weed that you have to like use all your might to pull it out, and then it's a really stubborn weed that you gotta pull out. So I hope you're all well. I'm literally just recovering from black magic attack after black magic attack after black magic attack, and like still putting out videos and still getting all 3 workouts in one day, and 3 meals and hydrating, and that seems to be like a full-time job recently. So I like woke up and I was exhausted, and then I like did my workout, and then I cleaned to get rid of stagnant evil energy that might have like been like placed somehow in my environment. And then I was like, I couldn't like keep my eyes open, and I was like, holy shit, like somebody really tried to fuck with my like energy last night. It's not gonna happen, bro. Like I don't know why these like crazy motherfuckers are so crazy. Like why are people so psychotic? I don't like, it makes me want to like pray for them, and like I do. But then I woke up at 1 and I was like, what? Like I just got 8 hours. I went to bed at 9. And then I woke up at midnight because of how hot it was. Or no, I woke up to sirens because the police were trying to do their intimidation tactic thing, where they like do like little siren things that they do, noise campaigns, because evil pervades in the world. And yeah, it was so hot, and then I slept right in front of the air conditioner, and then I had the black magic attack from like 3 a.m. to, or yeah, it happened. It was an entire dream, and I woke up and I was like, oh, it was just a dream. But I slayed that dragon, and I was more than ready to do it. I was actually excited to fight because I've been working on fighting and like practicing shadow boxing and stuff, and I like the idea of one person in front of me and I'm the other person, and it's fight till the death, and I will win. I will win every time. I love it. Obviously it was just a dream, but I still won, and I still used my faith and my prayer in the dream to fight the monster. And it was a doctor, and it was weird because like the nurses led me to like the room and like, okay, well, this is where you're gonna be doing it, and then the doctor was like trying to RAPE me, and I was like, and I won so hard, bro. Like it was a dirty, nasty fight though. Like the entire night I was fighting for my life, like against this like doctor evil man, and I'm just really proud because I wasn't scared while I was fighting. I was just like, I need to kill you. 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 And then I finally like killed him. And it was amazing. It was great. I will win every time. I have no fear, bro. I will win every single time because God is on my side. And I like to fight. I do. I think it's good for every individual to learn how to fight. And I will win every single time. Every single time. But basically, this is perfect to go with the message. Obstinate until the plate be 8. Kind of rhymes there. It's kind of rhymey. But yeah, be really stubborn about what it is that you need to get done, especially when you have forces coming up against you. Yeah, I think it's also like really weird that my roommate is willing to pay for my airfare back home, and I call my dad like 3 or 4 times. I'm like, hey, I miss you. It's been 3 or 4 years. Like, and I like sent the Venmo request, be like, can you help out with like plane ticket? And then just like no response. And I'm like, this is so weird. Like maybe I had that dream for a reason. Like, why are you guys all evading me and avoiding me? Like, why don't, like, it's so weird. Like, they're like, we miss you, we want to see you. And then I'm like, well then maybe if you miss me enough, you could pay for my airfare back home. Like, I don't know. Like, crazy idea, but they just all ignore me and like, I'm sorry, I'm just going through a lot of life changes right now. I'm like, oh, really? Okay. So, family, I think the reason I moved 3,000 miles away, and I feel like my roommate is more of a family member than my family, is because they've always been so weird and invasive and like, honestly, like gay ass punk little bitches. Sorry. So when we're like really determined and when we're really stubborn, there can be a fine line between not being willing to hear other people's opinions and being able to take on new advice, or receive constructive criticism. So Fred Saberhagen said this: if people ask me for the ingredients of success, I say 1 is talent, 2 is stubbornness or determination, and the 3rd is sheer luck. You have to have 2 out of 3. Any 2 will probably do. So you have determination, you have stubbornness, and then you have sheer luck. We want to make sure that when we're being like super determined and like, I'm gonna get done what I'm gonna get done. Like in that dream last night, I was like, I'm gonna kill this guy. Like he's trying to kill me. He's an evil like monster demon, and I knew it was just a representation of like something that I'm fearing right now as well. But it was also for sure a black magic attack because of the migraine involved since Sunday and the lethargy I've been feeling upon waking. So, and then I like fell asleep like 2 hours later from being so drained from my energy because I wasn't sleeping all night. I was fighting for my life in the dream realm. So you can call this crazy. You can say that like this stuff is like made up and fantasy, but we do experience astral travel when in our most vulnerable state, which is sleeping. And witches and warlocks spend the time from 3 a.m. to 1 a.m. to 3 a.m., 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. doing their crazy voodoo stuff against people they don't want to see succeed. So being obstinate until the plate is ate is the perfect message for today because it's about being stubborn until everything on the plate is eaten. Remember how when you were a little youngin' and your family or your parents would be like, hey, like, I want you to eat all the food on your plate, you know? That's kind of what I'm referring to here. Like, be so stubborn where you're like your own parent. What are they doing up there? Why are they so psycho? God, I live with a bunch of psycho neighbors, bro. I think they do it just to like get attention. I swear. Like, if you can be that tough on yourself and be like, I'm gonna be the parent to myself, self-parenting, and say, get it all done, everything that's on the plate. Like, what is on your to-do list today? Are you sure you're being strict enough with yourself that everything that you want to get done is getting done? Keeping in mind, of course, your mental health and self-care and your regimen for hygiene, making sure that's all squared away as well. But getting everything you want done without interference from enemies who want to see your progress stalled. That is true determination. That is true stubbornness. And then the Bible verses I have are also regarding like your enemies who are coming up against you. They don't just get away with like attacking you in a myriad of forms. So the Bible says what it has to say about God's wrath and enemies and how he plans to handle that is we have a couple verses. Romans 2:5. Because of your stubbornness and your unrepentant heart, you are storing up wrath against yourself for the day of God's wrath, when his righteous judgment will be revealed. And yeah, so like there's always going to be a day, there's always going to be a time where that comes to an end, and they will reap what they sow. You know how in every bad guy, you know how in every movie, the bad guy, he like dies in some horrific way, or like the bad woman, like the antagonist, they like have a horrific death of some sort. But for most of the movie, they're getting away, seemingly getting away with all these like terrible, like awful, abhorrent actions and plots and schemes against the main character. And it's like you're watching the movie and it's like, wow, it's like, are they ever gonna get like, they're ever gonna answer for their actions and behavior? And it's like, oh yeah, God laughs at your enemies because he knows the day of their judgment. Proverbs 12:15. A stubborn fool considers his own way the right one, but a person who listens to advice is wise. When a stubborn fool is irritated, he shows it immediately, but a sensible person hides the insult. And I hope it's okay. I hope it's not too impersonal with the sunglasses, but I'm trying to avoid the migraine. And I've had a migraine since Sunday, bro. Like, what? So someone's definitely trying to fuck with my energy, bro, and I'm like, it needs to stop. But that's why this message is so perfect for today, because it's about being stubborn until and doubling down and going extra hard when your enemies are going extra hard. Fasting, praying, working out, hydrating, meditating, going doubling down on the self-care, because you know that's what's pouring into you. So, obstinate until the plate be ate. HOSEA 4:16. HOSEA 4:16. For Israel has behaved extremely stubbornly, like a stubborn heifer. Is that what I wrote? Is that what that is? That's funny. Then how will the Lord feed them like a lamb in a meadow? So yeah, we don't want to be like too stubborn when we're like trying to be our best version of ourselves and doing our best job, because we want to also like be able to receive the criticism and the opinions from others, and take in new advice, learn something new without automatically assuming. You know, we don't want to be so stubborn that we become haughty and arrogant, but we also don't want to be a pushover. So that balance, try and cultivate it as much as you can, and just recognize that every single day is a new day to learn something. But also, like, you're your own person, and you have every right to share your opinion, and you have every right to express yourself as you wish in this world, and your art, and the way that you see the world. Like, you're actually entitled to your own judgment of others as well. Like, every single person has like their own story, and we just want to make sure that we're stubborn, but not like haughty and arrogant to where we can't take in new criticism. And I was gonna say too, with the other verse, when it says, when a stubborn fool is irritated, he shows it immediately, in Proverbs 12:15. Have you ever noticed that when you call somebody out who's guilty, they raise their voice? Why do you think that is? Exactly, yeah, they guilty af, bro. If you talk to somebody and they're just like cool, calm, and collected, they're probably like not the one who has a bunch of guilty cards against you, a bunch of like stacked evil cards like in their back pocket. They're probably, if they're like, unless they're like a real like what's that word? Machiavellian. Machiavellian, like kind of like shrewd snake, like cunning, and like they like know how to like master manipulator, like puppet master, like they know how to play every single role, but really like they're actually the one doing the evil. That could be like a covert narc too. So there are those scary people out there. But most of the time, if you call somebody out, a stubborn fool who is irritated, he'll show it immediately. Because the demon's already just sitting there at like the surface. They're just basking. And if you kind of like, kind of pull it out a little bit, they're like, and they just like, that's why somebody who's like, immediately raises their voice, if you just ask them a question about something like, oh, have you seen this? Or do you know anything about this? And they're like, it's not me! You know? Like when my roommate like wasn't stealing my mail, things like that. Like, so, that's the other thing too. Thank you, Holy Spirit. The enemy will always reveal themselves to you in certain ways, in one form or another. So, yeah, in one form or another, because a sensible person hides the insult. A person who is sensible will hide the insult. If like somebody offends you, like, and you're like sensible and like calm and like chilled out, like, and you like know like who you are, and you're not gonna like freak out over every little thing, you're gonna like at least hide the fact that they like offended you, or bring it up at another time when you can be like, hey, can we talk about this? When you said this, it kind of made me feel this way. Like, that's a sensible person. But your enemy, if you ever notice this, like, they will always reveal themselves in one form or another. Like, it'll seep out in little ways, here and there. A little bit of jealousy, a little bit of a put down remark. Maybe just when they talk to you, they can't seem to talk nicely to you. They just like, it would kill them if they like spoke to you with like a little bit of respect. Or it's like they have like those little snide remarks that are just trying to cut you down, like whatever it is, like people who know your buttons, right? If they can get that rise out of you, they will. That's how God is so good, because he won't let the enemy come up. I just heard a door slam, like slam. So confirmation. Crazy neighbors. Well, there's a lot of anger because I'm calling out a lot of things from the evil world. But if you notice, the enemy will always reveal themselves in some form or another. There'll be a slip of the tongue, a Freudian slip, and that's why God is so amazing, because he won't let the enemy like fool you forever. He'll be as scrupulous as a snake, but as innocent as a dove. So when we're scrupulous as a snake, but innocent as a dove, bro, like you're like that cunning like fox lawyer archetype, where like you're like listening, but you're like seeing everything that they're saying that they're not saying. Like that is the power that God has given you. Power of, not of fear, but of 2 Timothy 1:4, a spirit not of fear, but of love, joy, and self-control. And so like that's what we're given, and we have the authority to trample scorpions and snakes. Snakes and scorpions. And we can trample like all the demons with our spirit inside, the Holy Spirit that's in us, bro. And we're given that authority, but sometimes we forget that we can call on it, and we can every single time. And in the dream, I remember I'd been fighting this evil doctor man for like all night. It felt like I was just fighting for my life, and he was hell bent on RAPE me and killing me. And I was like, and I remember I climbed to like the top of like the room, like the room was getting wrecked, like because we were like fighting, and like everything was getting used, and it was just like this little doctor room, and I was supposed to feel immense and overwhelming fear, and it was supposed to make me feel like it wasn't a dream, it was really real life, like and like that's the point of a vivid nightmare, night scare. And I remember I climbed to like the top of like, I somehow like made an apparatus to like escape him from below, and then I remember at the top I was like, okay, I fought everything that I can with my own physical might, but God, now I need you to kill him. Like, we need to do this together. And then right at that moment, the thing that I was standing on, that I climbed to the top of, like while he was like trying to like kill me and like do other evil, nasty things to me, was it fell down, and I just watched it crush him. Like, it just crushed him. And then I was like, thank you, God. And then I ran out of the room, and then I went to the neighbor's door, and I started banging and asking for help. And then somewhat later, I woke up, and I was like, holy shit, that was just a dream? Like, what? But it felt so good to kill him, and to never feel like fear while I was fighting, because I like to fight. I think it's good. It is good. It feels good to like know that you have all the confidence and all the right moves and the power to kill somebody else if they're trying to kill you. It's perfect. Should I say red rum instead of KILL? But it's for the sake of like seriously debilitating your enemy. If they're trying to take your life, there's no remorse. There's no fairness. Like, it's just, that's what's gonna happen if you're gonna try and come for me. Like, you will experience being exterminated, because I'm not gonna get RAPE'd, and you're not gonna kill me. It's just how it's gonna go. Like, I will win every time in a fight. And then here we have an amazing last and ending quote from Albert Einstein. It gives me great pleasure indeed to see the stubbornness of an incorrigible nonconformist warmly acclaimed. So maybe you're the nonconformist. I just heard another door slam and some motorcycle like going by. Maybe you're the incorrigible nonconformist. but continue to be exactly who you are, which is a beautiful child of God, sweet, beautiful girl, and gorgeous, gentle man, sweet, gorgeous gal, beautiful, gentle, handsome man. Because like who you are, like that's God's image, and never change to fit into somebody else's expectations. Because I love to see you just as you are, and God loves to see you just as you are, with that smile on your face at all times. And just be extra stubborn about what you know you like, what you know you want, and not being apologetic about who you are, and authentically being yourself. And when the enemy's coming up against you, meet that with a ferocity of, I will come at you 10 times harder, and you will regret thinking that you can stall my progress. Peace out, chosen ones. See you next time.